Hello folks, today we're looking at the setup I'm using for 3D printing at the moment, since I've finally got it into a state that I'm kind of happy with. So when I first started I had a slightly more basic setup and it was all sort of down here on the floor, just bits and pieces chucked in a corner where I could find space for. Now I've finally managed to get around to getting a proper desk for it, so let's have a closer look at what's going on here. So this side, it's the 3D printing side over here, and then everything on this side is electronics. So I've got the power supply, soldering stuff and so on over there, but this is the bit we're interested in today. So we'll start with the printer. This is an Anycubic Photon, original version, not Photon S. So this is positioned with just enough space that we can lift the lid and it will sit up by itself. And I've also had to adjust some of the feet to make it sit flat on this desk. That has a couple of bits of kitchen roll down here to stop any spillages from the front ruining anything else, and a placemat down here for the same reason. So moving downwards, we have the storage area under here. So at the top we keep resin, although my bottle is currently somewhere else, kitchen roll, funnels for filtering resin back into resin bottles, and the filters to go with that. We have a bottle of IPA, which is used for cleaning prints, and a pack of gloves. On the bottom shelf we have a little bit of paper that I like to use with a certain pattern on it for levelling the print bed, and in the bottom corner down there all the tools. So I've got a couple of Allen keys, small screwdriver, so on. The scraper is currently up here, but that normally lives in that corner as well. Now, the reason for all of this being here in particular is that on the other side of these curtains we have the window open. So you may know 3D printing fumes can be toxic. They're not too bad once the printer is actually running and it's all closed up, because it's got its own little ventilation system on the back. But ideally you want it next to an open window if possible, or with a ventilation tube running to outside. So the curtains are normally open as well to let as much air through as possible, but that might mess up the lighting for this video, so that's not happening right now. Okay, I'm going to interrupt myself at this point just to talk a little bit about costs, because I haven't mentioned that so far and I've had a couple of questions on that sort of issue. So, set up with a similar kind of setup like this, it's not actually that expensive. The total I reckon is somewhere in the region of £250 to £400-ish. So the main cost obviously is the printer. Depends which one you go for, Anycubic or Elegoo or any of those sort of cheap Chinese brands, you'll be looking to pay somewhere from 200 to 250 quid. Depends what sort of specification you want to go for, but that's kind of the ballpark for that sort of thing, and depends how much extra they come with as well. So most of them will come with masks, tools, a couple of scrapers, USB drive, that sort of thing. Some of them come with lots of extra resin, some come with a little bit of extra resin. Shop around and see what you can find. You may want to upgrade some of the tools that come with them as well. So I spent about £20 I think on additional Allen keys and screwdrivers, because the ones that came with the kit were pretty cheap and not very good. The USB drive is the main one to upgrade, because otherwise you'll start losing files, and the one they give you is very, very cheap and nasty. Gloves is another thing to upgrade as well that comes with the kit. You'll run out of, they only give you 2 or 3 pairs, you'll run out of those very quickly. So IPA alcohol is another thing you'll need for cleaning up prints. That's about £20 for 5 litres, and to go with that you'll need an IPA tank. It sounds a bit posh, but actually in real life most people just use Tupperware or something like that. But make sure it's got a good seal on it, or otherwise all your IPA will sort of vaporise and escape, which is not good for your health either. Spare bottles of resin. At the moment I use the Anycubic resin, which I've found to be slightly better quality than some of the others, but it is also slightly more expensive at about £40 a litre. You'll probably need some funnels and filters and so on for helping clean up the resin tank when you want to change films and that kind of thing. And speaking of films, you will probably need some spare FEP films. These are the bits that go under the print head and allow the LCD screen to shine through onto the print head. In my experience, it's been best to change them once a month, once every 2 months. Depends how much printing I do. But the more they wear out, the worse quality your models get and the harder it is to get them to stick to the print head. Another thing you'll need probably is a load of kitchen roll. Cleaning up prints and stuff is messy. It's useful for lining the area where you're working so you don't get mess everywhere. And also for cleaning up the print head and the prints themselves. A couple of other things that aren't necessarily in that cost list are extraction. So if your printer is near a window, great, keep the window open while you're printing. If not, you might have to think about running a little section of ducting or something like that with a fan in it to ventilate the fumes away from you, because some 3D printing resins can be a little bit more toxic, some are worse than others. And the other thing you might want to consider is storage, which is kind of what I've been talking about in the rest of this main video. Not necessary, but makes your life much easier. Makes it easier to process prints, makes it easier to keep your machine up and running properly. So, in my opinion, worth having. But again, I haven't included that in the cost. So yeah, in total that comes to anywhere between £250 to £400. You could probably do it slightly cheaper than that. You can definitely do it a lot more expensive than that. But it just depends on your personal preference. I think I started at about £300, but I bought a load of upgraded tools, and I've spent a little bit extra since on a couple of bits and pieces. And if you're prepared to print models for other people, and not just Rowie modelers, maybe look at if you've got any friends into wargaming or tabletop gaming, things like that. Or movie props and things for amateur dramatic societies. All these sorts of people are also wanting printing, and maybe you could do a little bit of printing for them to help get back the costs you've spent on your printer. So that's pretty much it on that section. Take it away, me. So the process I use is nice space for laptop here, where I can set up prints. Drop the USB drive into the printer, let the printer do its thing. Then this area gets used, with gloves of course, to detach the prints from the print head up here. All the stuff from there then gets transferred down here. Now this is the other slightly clever part. I've got a few things going down here at the moment, but this is my IPA tank. So stuff goes in here for cleaning. A couple of bits of kitchen roll down there just to keep everything nice and neat as well. And that all stays in there because it extends the life of my IPA, because I can leave it like this and everything's all nice and in the dark in there, so that the bits of resin that wash off prints don't start curing, and that extends the life of your IPA. So that's pretty much it. It's a fairly basic setup. I've only got one printer, and it does take a while to run through prints, but for the size and the amount of space I have available, it's pretty good. And it's a much nicer solution actually having the storage to get everything else underneath it and not just have bits and pieces lying around on the floor and so on. I appreciate it might be an expensive thing to do when you're just starting up, but for me it's definitely been worth it. And it makes the whole thing sort of integrate into the room a little bit nicer as well. I did choose a grey desk, so maybe personal taste is not something you should take from me. Anyway, I hope that's been useful. Thanks for watching.